He is satisfied with his common average kind. He is satisfied with common average kind. Well, you are content with what life is giving you, your daily life, daily joy, good food, bad food, all that goes on, you see. Constantly. He is satisfied, he is satisfied, he is satisfied with his common average kind. Tomorrow's hopes and his old rounds of thorn, his old familiar interests and desires, his old familiar interests and desires, he has made a thick and narrowing hedge, defending his small life from the invisible. He has made a thick and narrowing hedge. His old familiar interests and desires, he has made a thick and narrowing hedge. He has made a boundary for himself in that hedge. Defending his small life, he has made that hedge for what? To defend his smallness, to defend his littleness, defend his pygminess, defend his puniness, defending his small life from the invisible. He is being kinship to infinity. He is shut away from him into inmost self, fenced off the greatness of hidden God, fenced off. Well, that is what this creature is doing. He is satisfied with his common average kind and he wants to protect that thing. Whatever I got in my possession, let me hold on and be content with that. That is all he is doing. Tomorrow's hopes and his old rounds of thorn, his old familiar interests and desire, he has made a thick and narrowing hedge on this line. He has made a thick and narrowing hedge. He has, in a certain sense, it is a Pyrrhic, made a trochee, thick and trochee, narrow a trochee, ing hedge, I am. So we have got Pyrrhic, 3 trochees, and I am. In this line, as you say, he has made a thick and narrowing hedge. Now, the most atrocious thing which the revised edition has done and which has been defended by Amal Kiran is they say that the presence of these 3 trochees in a line without a strong foot in the beginning is a fault, is a technical fault. And they quote some letter of Shavendo in some other context that trochee must be supported by a strong foot in the beginning. No, the strong foot is not there. So they say that this is a faulty line. And they scan this line in a simple manner. He has made a thick, I am, and na, I am, ing, hedge, anapes. So they are making it 4-footed line. He has made anapes, I am, and anapes, like that. Now it becomes a short line. It's not pentametric, it becomes tetrametric, you see. If you scan this line in this manner, it becomes a pentametric. So they say that this will not do at all, and therefore in order to correct the meter, they have put in the revised edition, he has made into a thick and narrowing hedge. They have inserted here, they have inserted after, he has made into a thick and narrowing hedge. Without any support anywhere. The whole purpose is this line is metrically faulty and it has to be corrected. This line is metrically faulty. Otherwise it becomes trochee without proper support, etc., which is a wrong thing. Now, this is something very atrocious. I will say, well, even if it is faulty, let it remain as it is. You are not going to correct Sri Bandhu's poetry, Sri Bandhu's technique. You see. And if it is the inspiration which brings with it its own technique, Inspiration brings with it its own technique. And if by technique it is faulty, it would mean that your inspiration is faulty. It would mean Shiva's inspiration is faulty. By calling this line faulty, it would mean that the inspiration which is bringing this line has become faulty. Now that is a great remark, a great comment on the poetry of this line. Tremendous.
But can I ask something?
They have put into.
But into doesn't make sense in that.
Yes, it does make sense. He has made into a thick and narrowing hedge, defending his small life from his. It makes sense. His old familiar interests and desires he has made into a thick narrowing hedge.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It makes sense. Into does make sense, you see. And it corrects the meter also accordingly, you see, to some extent, into. But that into has no textual basis anywhere at all. It is a totally new editorial emendation of the line. The line is faulty because the line brings its own inspiration. Therefore, the inspiration is also faulty. In order to correct, let me put my inspiration and insert into.
Did they at least say that
Into.
they put it in?
Into. They are put
They
into.
say this in a footnote or something that they have added this?
Yeah, in the new revised edition, there is into.
No, but is there a footnote which says?
No, there is no footnote.
So it looks as if Sri Aurobindo has put it.
You know, nowhere you find Sri Aurobindo having written into anywhere.
Okay, but what I wanted to ask you, if they put a word
Into.
did
So
they
it is a totally new intervention, new emendation, new
Yes,
change.
I understand. But is there an asterisk which says, I have put into?
They are not put anywhere.
A footnote
No.
which says Sri Aurobindo
No.
didn't put, but
No. That footnote is also not there
So
anywhere.
it looks like Sri Aurobindo has put into.
Obviously,
It's completely
obviously,
false.
obviously, you see, if you read the revised edition, it means that Sri Aurobindo has put into somewhere.
But you cannot do that.
You cannot, exactly. Yeah. I mean that into becomes Sri Aurobindo's in the revised edition.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you. You see, in order to correct this tracking, he has made a thick and narrow three trackies coming one after the other. They say are not sustainable unless your first foot is strong. He has made. But I will say, in fact, even if you argue on that basis, I will say he has made, if you read this line alone, he has made a thick and narrowing hedge. I can understand to some extent, but that he has is not a Pyrrhic. If you see the continuity of his old and familiar interest and desire, he has made. See, I will put now in the continuity of line, I will not read he has as a Pyrrhic, I will read it either as a trochee or as an am. He has made a thick and narrowing hedge. The way in which you recite, because his old familiar interest and desire, he has made. Sounds all right, you see. And in that case, it's a strong foot, and it can sustain three trochees. It can sustain three trochees. You see. I will read it. He has, not he has. It's a strong emphasis, you see. Well, but this is, you can't argue. It's there. This is what they have done. They have put into completely.
And the new Quran agreed to this also?
Yeah, all these things. Well, what can you do? You see, after all, I was a small man. Not that I am big man now, but still. He has his old familiar interests and desires. He has made a thick and narrowing hedge, defending his small, you see, he is small, his small life from invisible. His being is a kinship to infinity. He has shut away from him into immortal, fenced off the great. So this is a really terrible thing. One of the worst examples of revised edition, you see. You have absolutely no textual justification to insert a new word in the line. And by not mentioning that thing anywhere,
exactly.
you are saying that it is Shevendus.
Yeah, that's even worse.
That's
the worst.
That is still worse.
Yeah.
You make a footnote. Sorry, we find that this line defective, and we are suggesting to make it like this.
Yeah,
That they will not do.
why not?
That is how the revised editions have come. In fact, that is what we had been insisting. If you want to make emendation, okay, even then make something at the end of the book saying this, give footnotes, give clarifications, give endnotes, whatever it is there, and suggest that thing. Then people are alert. Now anybody who is reading revised edition, he will say that into is Shevendus. Intuition. Like that, there are many instances, and I become a bad man in the whole game. Then you see, and then you are ostracized completely. And Sadhava will never allow me to give a talk in Savitri Bhuvan.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Because of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I am critical.
He is not anywhere.
I am critical of the revised edition. His being was found to play a trivial part. His being was found to play a trivial part. I don't know who's this is being, the revised editions. The editors of the revised edition. The editors of the revised edition. His being was found to play a trivial part in a little drama on a petty stream, in a narrow plot. See, narrow plot. He has pitched his tent of life beneath the wide gaze of starry one. Beneath the wide gaze of the starry one. In a narrow plot, he has pitched his tent of life. So he is having a tent now. He has put in a plot, in a small plot, beneath the wide gaze of the starry one from above looking. So somebody is definitely observing him, because in the darkness, he is working in the darkness. So there are stars, but even then somebody is watching him from above. See all these things. His being was found. He is the crown of all that has been done. Well, man has come to this point. He is the epitome of the evolutionary gain. Thus is creation's labor justified. Thus is creation's labor. Because he has now come to this point, therefore the creation's labor is justified up to this point. This is the world's reserve, nature's last poise. Well, this is what it looks, that it is nature's last poise. And if this were all, if this were the, now he is correcting it. You see, I mean, normally what will happen to you, this is the last point. Man has achieved this point, come to this point, you see. But if this were all, and if this were all, and nothing more meant, if what now seems were the whole of what must be, what a monosyllabic language, in what now seems were the whole of what must be, you see. In what now seems were the whole of what must be. If this were not a state through which we pass, state, a step. State is about how many? 200 meters, one state. Distance between two stadia, one after the other, marking on the road. If this were not state through which we pass, on our road from matter to eternal self. So this is after all a stage, a small step. You have crossed a certain kind of a milestone on the road, you see. If this were not a state through which we pass, on our road from, our road is definitely defined from matter to self. And you are now going, you have come to this point, and this is only a stage. If this were not so, then the whole thing will be futile, you see. to the light that made the world, the cause of things, well might interpret our mind's limited view. So if this were all, then what will our mind think? Our mind will think that existence is an accident in time. How it has come, why it has come, why we are here, well, it has happened by accident. That is what one mind will think in one way. It in fact will give many arguments. If you are standing only here and not seeing the entire distance, then you think that this is only an accident in time. By accident you have come here, arrived at this point. Or